Hi everyone, Sailor Neptune, Sailor SeaRoad Michelle here, talking about that oversight, you know. And a lot of folks think that you have to follow the oversight, but you do not. Only girls or women can be sailor fighters or sailor keepers. Well, you don't have to follow that oversight. You know, a lot of folks will gatekeep. A lot of folks will say, "Oh well, you have to follow. You have to follow that oversight." Well, you don't. I don't. And the oversight itself was broken in between 95 YL. All right. Toby themselves broke the oversight. So you're going around giving folks shit because they didn't follow the oversight when Toby broke it. Yeah, they did with the Sailor Starlights. You know, the Tri-Lights, the Free Lights, whatever you want to call that team. Dustin, Jordan, and Julian. They broke the oversight. You know. And a lot of folks seem to think that you have to follow it, but you don't. And I never did. All right. We had Ernest P. War with Sailor Earth, so yeah, we didn't break that oversight at all. Yeah, we broke the oversight, and we don't care about it. And there's a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership, young and old, who think that you have to follow the oversight. But you don't have to. And there's nothing that Nako Takiguchi can do, or Toei can do, to make someone follow a oversight that some writer came up with when they were drawing and writing their books, which she did and which she does. You know. And I know a lot of folks are going to say, "Oh no, the oversight didn't get broken." Yeah, it was broken by Toei and between 95 YL Sailor Stars, and then it was broken again in 2023 with Stars. So 2 times in a drawing show that the oversight was broken. And I know that some folks out there, you know, believe in this oversight. You know, why? Who knows? And we've had one fellow gatekeep over this oversight, telling us that Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth was a slight on Nako Takiguchi or Takenshi, however you say her name. I don't know how to say her. Don't know if I'm saying her first name right or her last name right. They're both, you know, Hellenish borrowed, you know, name. A Hellenish borrowed name and a Hellenish borrowed kin name. But I don't follow the oversight, and I never will. And for folks out there who didn't like the Free Lights or the Tri-Lights or the Sailor Starlights, because they were men sailor fighters, and that's the funny thing, no one likes to give them the thanks for being the first men sailor fighters. Some of them like to scathe them as the sailor fighters that didn't follow the oversight. Yeah, well, they didn't either. And someone would say, "Oh, when they shapeshifted, they did." Yeah, that was the only time that was, you know, that was the only time that the oversight was done. But it was broken because they were broken because they were chosen to be sailor fighters, so the oversight was broken. Even if Naiko Takiguchi didn't write that or draw it in her books, Toei took freedoms and boom, there you have the first men sailor fighters. So there, the oversight's broken. And nothing really happened to Toei, except some folks say that Naiko Takiguchi and Toei had crafting on likenesses due to that, but whatever. And us here as Sailor Earth, Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth, he broke the oversight that was already broken. All right. I'll see you all later.